Yeah, here we are, 2 weeks on from my last talk. Should have been 3, but hey, that's cool. I'm good with that. No, I really am. I actually was happy to hear. Hey, I didn't say anything last week. 2 weeks ago, again, we were talking on Proverbs. Dan talked last week about alcohol. He talked about how in moderation, it's fine. It's actually a good thing. Right, misuse of it and abuse of it is where things start to go down a rocky road and then, well, to whatever end. It depends on the person, but hey, either way, it's bad misusing it. What I'm talking about tonight is lying, and how used in moderation, there's just no way to use it in moderation at all. Either way, it ends badly. So you lie, it will end badly. That's just how it is. Used in moderation, there's no such thing with it. The truth, while sometimes it hurts, everyone knows the saying, the truth hurts, and I've used it 1,000 times, but it is always a better option, and I'll explain why. So, who's ever lied? Let's be honest, hands up. Everyone's hand should be up here.
Oh, lie. Wow. That's terrible, guys.
Yeah, I know. Everyone's hand should be in the air because no matter what, someone has always said something that is not true, and that's just how it is. We are sinful, and unfortunately, lying is a part of that. To start off with, and I'll hit you hard first, so we can get this bit out of the way. 17 and 18 of chapter 6, so verses 17 and 18. There are 6 things the Lord hates and 7 things that are detestable to Him. So these are also things that God doesn't just have a problem with. That it's not just, oh, I wish you wouldn't do that. He hates them. They're absolutely detestable to Him. And among that list is a lying tongue, among other things that come up. But a lying tongue is the one that stands out for me in this talk. He detests it, and it's for Him. Of all the things God could hate about the human race and about the stuff we do, that's pretty high on the list. When we're dishonest to one another, we aren't just hurting ourselves, and we aren't just hurting the people that we're lying to. We're hurting God, because He created us to be in a relationship with one another, and when we're not telling the truth to one another, it's going to end badly, which means it will lead to other things. I'll give you an example of lying and how it hurts and does really nothing else. So this is it's a fairly long story, but the lying bit does come into it. It won't sound like it, but it does come into it. When I was 17, so it would have been the January of my year 12, which was 2007. Peter, my brother, some of you guys have met him. We were at home hanging out on a Saturday afternoon, and Mum and Dad had gone out, and I don't remember what happened, but I remember I was sitting playing the Xbox, minding my own business. Pete came in to use a computer, which is like right next to him. And we started with something, he said something, and we started talking. And then it just sort of escalated. He said something that I didn't agree with, then I said something that he didn't agree with, and it just went like that. And it was just this huge, massive mess. We started arguing, then the argument turned really physical, and that's an understatement. It became just this mess. It was just horrible. I can't believe it even happened, but it lasted for all of about 5 minutes. And it happened quickly, but far out. It turned physical. Pete ran at me. As he was running, I stepped out of the way, grabbed him by the shirt, and threw him through 2 layers of gyprock wall. So from the hallway into the bathroom, so through the tiles as well on the wall. So that's actually 3 layers of hurt. The second it happened, the second I saw his head connect, or his shoulder connect with the wall, I just went, like, my heart sank, everything just went, oh no, this is bad, this is really, really bad. I checked, at that point, when Pete sort of almost regained consciousness, there was about a minute that I think he was out or something, anyway, he turned around and he was covered in dust, he was just white, and he turned around and he just looked at me, and I looked back, and I remember thinking, we both thought the same thing. We thought, how the heck are we going to explain this to Mum and Dad? Not are you hurt, not do I need to take you to the hospital, not because my baby's bad at this stage and stuff, not do I need to take you to the hospital because you broke your shoulder or snapped your neck or something like that. But how the heck are we going to explain this to mum and dad? This is awful. Turns out that instead of telling the truth when they got home, and I mean we cleaned it up. We'll try to. Vacuum the floors, vacuumed, and it was fine. It looked fine, I guess. There was a big gaping hole on the wall, but anyway, instead of copying the verbal screamathon that was coming, Pete and I decided to lie about it. We decided to say that, Pete, being the athletic guy he is, got up and heard his phone ring, ran around the corner, slipped and went something like that. As you do. And I remember thinking, this is not going to work. This is not going to work. Anyway, when mum and dad got home, they obviously found it and went, what on earth happened here? There were too many questions and we didn't have enough answers. Right? And not enough truthful answers anyway. The lie, once it became one lie, it became two lies, and two lies became 8 lies, and then eventually it snowballed into this big web of just mess that we didn't know. Has anyone had that happen when you tell one lie and it evolves into 1,000, where you have to, who did I tell her this and him this, and are they ever going to speak so that they'll know that I lied about that thing that happened 8 months ago, that I lied to somebody else? It's just this. Pete was just, I remember him saying about, it went on for about 3 weeks, and he just went, how much longer is this going to go on? When are they going to stop asking? It's been fixed now, let's just leave it. But anyway, eventually we came clean after about 3.5 weeks, and we said that, things escalated, and, we figured though that I didn't just hurt Pete, he didn't just hurt me. We didn't hurt the wall, and we didn't just hurt mum and dad. But in all of that, we were hurting God. That is the basicness of it. We were being dishonest with each other and with everybody else, which meant that God, who created us, was finding that we were being untruthful toward Him. And it's